Well, hello, it is Friday, the 27th of December, 2024, the last one of these for the year, and I'm just heading into the studio so I can record this video and drop off some stuff in my bag that I got over Christmas. I'll show you that in a moment. It's a beautiful, foggy morning. I love fog. It's something I'm going to try to explore in my artwork this year. The grey bleakness, I just love it. So I've got that to look forward to, and this video is going to be slightly different because it's not a week notes video, it is a quarter notes video, and I'll explain that once I've got it. Let's go. I think that I mention this book every single time I do one of these videos, and for good reason. We'll come back to it in a second. I got this for Christmas. It's a Kodak mini retro thing. This is for my journaling, that I want to include some photos in the journal. I have the big printer, but it's a bit excessive for small things like photos. And also this, which is actually, it looks kind of cool. Hold on. It's this retro looking label printer that connects via Bluetooth, and it just print stuff out. I'll give a demo of that in a tick. Anyway, very quickly, for the people who haven't seen it before, the idea behind this is for business, that instead of having a year-long thing, say you have yearly targets in a business. Hold on. I actually make use of all these Sharpies that I got. So the idea that they set up in this book, maybe a straw man argument, is you have your whole year here, and then you have these targets, sales targets. So the amount of effort that you put in goes along here as you're preparing, and then as you get to the deadline, it suddenly ramps up, and then you're stressed here as you try to hit your targets. And they have studies to back this up, saying the bulk of the work happens in the last 3 months. So their idea is that you split the year up into quarters, and instead of this, you kind of have this run up here a bit, and then again another run up here and a bit. So you kind of have these 4 peaks instead. For me as an artist, I find it a useful framework because in these bits here, you're supposed to look forwards to what's about to happen, to plan, and then you look back to see how well the last quarter worked, which is super handy when you're an artist, because I've spoken to a few artists who've gone from part-time, where you're really trying to cram the work in the evenings or early in the mornings, and they become a full-time artist, and then things that will take a week to stick into the evenings suddenly take several weeks because they have all the time in the world, and it's very easy to kind of get lost and unable to kind of focus because you don't have these deadlines anymore. And the really useful thing is if you just go, oh, I'm going to do this thing for a year, and you get sidetracked halfway through, is you don't have these check-in times. But every quarter you can look back and go, actually I got sidetracked there, I need to refocus my efforts, and it brings it back in. That's what the 12-week year is. That's why I do these week notes in quarters, and that's why I have a quarter note where I look back at the last 12 weeks and I look forward to what I'm planning on doing on the next 12 weeks. Let's sit down. All right, so it's very tempting at the end of the year to do a whole year in review type of thing. I think I did that last year and I decided I didn't want to do that again. We're just looking at the past 12 months, but I'm not going to be able to resist the year thing, I don't think. It's needless to say, this plan went off the rails a little bit. I still did these quarters, but a lot of those quarters were just survive until the end of the quarter and hope that the old studio sells, something that's happened a few weeks ago now. But that was the treading water kind of survival mode. And the last quarter has been the sale of that, and then setting this studio up to be inhabitable, workable, how it's supposed to be in my head. And that's been successful. So I'm now at a really good point. So even though it's all been a bit of a mess, I'm finishing the year and this quarter feeling quite strong. Are there things I could have done better? Sure, there always is. Do I wish I'd got the pen plotter tutorials done already? Yes. Why didn't I do them? Because I decided that everything needs to be perfect and in place first. If I decided to just do them anyway, they probably would have got done, not as well as I'd hoped, and I think ultimately I wouldn't have been happy with them, so I'm not beating myself up about that. Also this year I've made great progress with Kitty, with the handwriting stuff, so I have pushed things forwards. Which is also to say, this is the 2-year anniversary of doing these week notes and these quarter notes. I've been doing weekly videos for 2 years now. Don't know if that's a good thing. I don't know if they've got any better. Anyway, so that's looking back ever so briefly. Let's look forwards ever so briefly, and then I'll let you go because it's the new year, it's the holidays. Why are we doing this? So the next 12 weeks, what do I say? Well, first things first, Now that all this is sorted out, apart from a new pen plotter arriving, I only have one thing to do, and that is make videos. Not these videos, but finish the videos about the other pen plotter, about the new pen plotter, a Vesta board probably, just making videos and the tutorials. I also have a job. I have a new job. It's only for 4 weeks at the moment. Hopefully it'll extend into the future. I had a job last quarter. It was great. The people were really nice. It didn't really work out for a few reasons, but one of them was the job was basically the same as what I'm doing anyway, which is making videos about pen plotters and doing designs. The reason why it didn't work is if I came up with a new pen plotter design and I had to do that for the job, it was a bit like, is this for work or is this for me? And if I spend all my time doing it for work, you get it. So this new one is working for Flickr.org. We're going to be doing something interesting with documenting processes and things like that. I can talk more about that when it actually starts. That's going to involve me going down to London. That's a proper working on everyday job. So I'm going to be fitting in this in like 2 or 3 hours each morning. So that's basically what's coming up for the next quarter, is me working. Like I say, it's only for January, but hopefully it goes on into February and March as well. We'll see how that goes. And I'll continue doing what I'm doing and coming into the studio early and spending the first few hours working on my work, which in this case is videos. So that's it. Very simple plan for the next 12 weeks. We will see how it goes. I am going to quickly edit this because, hi, it's the morning. You're watching this in the evening. This happened just a few hours ago. So that's a little bit weird. That's something else I really love about YouTube, making these YouTube videos, is sometimes a YouTube video takes a long time to make and it can take a few months and then it's a few weeks before it comes out. Not recently because I've been busy. I like the immediacy of these, different to Reels on Instagram or things like that. I like how quickly these videos turn around. And again, I appreciate over the last year how I've learned how to turn these around, and that's mainly by making them simpler, which isn't necessarily the best solution. At the start of the year I was going, I want to learn all these video making skills, and you kind of learn them and then you reject them and you can go back to where you were. Anyway, that's it. I'm rambling. I hope you have a lovely new year, and when I next see you, it'll be 2025. It'll be the first video of the first quarter, week 1, quarter 1 of 2025. I'm quite excited about that. Oh, that was a bit odd. Just had hiccups. Let's edit that out. That doesn't need to be in there. Okay, have a lovely, happy new year. All of those things. I will see you in the next year, all bright-eyed and refreshed and all that type of stuff. All right, I love you all. Have a great new year. Bye.